Welcome, my darling pretties, to our Beyond the Dawn of Business podcast for pretty, empowered female entrepreneurs. It's time to step into your power, pretties. Lift each other, support the squad, and choose a life filled with the autonomy and freedom to live your dreams. I'm your host, Dawn Beth, owner and founder of Beyond the Dawn digital business brand and agency. My coffee is hot and my eyelashes are on, so we are ready to go. Hello and welcome to today's episode. Today I am delighted to be talking to you about what I see in terms of a very common and one of the biggest marketing mistakes that you can make in business. Now, you may ask yourself, how is Dawn qualified to give this information? And basically, the way I will address that is that between myself and my team and our agency and the number of years that we've been working now, the number of different industries, niches, ideal clients, and the whole spectrum of our clients, our ideal clients that we work with, we've been able to navigate lots and lots and lots of businesses that all come from different areas, different arenas, different resources, different models, different internal structures, different levels of team, all of the different variables that you can consider. Almost like in scientific project, we can see a commonality. We can see throughout the majority of the people that we work with some very similar and very easy to change mishaps that will be valuable to all. Now, the main thing that we come across when we take on work with our clients is that first and foremost, there is a strange understanding, and I'm not quite sure where it comes from. Perhaps it comes from marketing itself, but there's this strange understanding that there is a missing link in terms of just one major thing that can be working for you. We sell one of our courses as a missing link. So let me just explain in terms of what I actually mean. So when we sell a course or when we sell a program, we are looking for people who are at a certain level of business. This is why oftentimes people will have discovery calls or they will have chats so that you can determine whether somebody is in the right space to be able to take on that learning and for that learning to truly give them some support or results that they need in their business. Now, the major whole side of your marketing doesn't come from just this one area, but that doesn't mean that going and having a course or learning or group coaching experience won't benefit you. It's going to be the one missing piece of a part of the puzzle, and that's still going to be fantastic. Like, that's still going to be really beneficial. But in terms of like making sales and being successful, nobody can give you an overnight success secret sauce. You can't, take a pill in the morning, go to bed and wake up Beyonce. That's just not how this works. And in marketing, because we are like magicians, because we do have an understanding, we understand what's behind the veil, we are the people who are keeping the lights and the action going behind the scenes, there is this weird kind of interpretation that you might be able to tap into that and bypass the work that needs to be done in order to be successful or to be seen or visible or get the engagement that you want or whatever it is that you're working on right now. And it's false. It's not true. The main mistake that people make when it comes to marketing is that they are not looking at the overall bird's eye view of their business. And that might seem like a really simple thing, but it is by far the one thing that we see that is recognizable with almost every single business that comes to work with us, that they are focused, hyper-focused on one area. They're shining a torch or a flashlight in one area of their business, but they're not lighting up the whole room. Okay? It's really easy for us to think, oh, the downfall of my digital marketing strategy is my social media. So I'm going to hone in on my social media. That's fine. Hone in on it. Absolutely. Get the support that you need. Get the learning that you need. Get the outsourcing that you need. Whatever. Do it. Fix it. Plug that hole. Get the water flowing again. Perfect. But recognize that there are other areas to your marketing that also need some support. There are other areas that need you to give that energy to them. Don't just look and focus at that one area and think that everything comes from that one area. That would be like planting seeds in the soil but never appreciating that it needs to rain in order for that thing to grow. There are steps to your digital marketing strategy for the whole bird's eye view. You can't just look at one particular area and expect that to be everything. I remember watching this amazing relationship coach online talk about how we look to our partners, our boyfriends, girlfriends, our partners, our lifelong partners, husbands, wives, whatever. We look to them and we expect them to be everything for us. So they have to be our carer, they have to be our lover, they have to be our bankroll, our financial stability, they have to be our therapist, they have to be our best friend, they have to be our personal chef and all of these different things. And I remember watching that and thinking, first of all, wow, absolutely. And this whole idea of like it takes a village of different people to suit your needs. You need different relationships in your life to suit your needs for you to have that fulfilled well-being, which is absolutely true. But you need to look at your marketing a bit that way as well. You can't just have like one area set up, and this is where social media coaching has been a real massive thing in the last couple of years. This is where we have been able to support people further, because it's not just about social media in one area. We've been able to look at the bird's eye view of all the different platforms. We've been able to look at content, mixed media, how we can actually create proper connections between you and your ideal client. And then, digital marketing on the whole spectrum. If you've got a digital marketing coach or somebody who is a higher level business coach that understands all of that side as well, you're going further and further outside of that honed in view, which gives you the opportunity, I'm going to say it again, that bird's eye view on your entire business. So in order for you to have a really stringent marketing strategy, you need to be looking at ways to cover all of the corners of the areas that you need to be getting reach, where you need to be getting visibility. And just to throw a couple of ideas out for you, you should be looking at things like your website. How are you getting your website seen? Are you blogging? Are you featuring in PR? Are you on all of the social medias where there is a decent number of your demographic? If you don't know what your demographic is, if you haven't worked out what your ideal client is, always start there. Always start there. Find out where they are they hanging out, where are the highest numbers of those people hanging out, and using that platform regularly. It's such a basic part of market research, but yet it is something that people miss all of the time. And are you looking at ways to fill the spaces that the internet have provided us, opportunities to reach out and speak to people? The other thing that goes within this, which is the biggest mistake, is that people use social media like they would use Google Business or like they would use their website. And that is basically where they put some stuff out as a bit of a landing page. If somebody comes searching, perhaps they'll find me. And that's great on one level. Like, I don't want to make you feel bad if that's what you've done. Like, it's fine on one level. But good digital marketing is not a passive situation. Like, you can automate stuff, you can schedule stuff. I'm not suggesting you have to be chained to your computer. You have to be a slave to your digital marketing strategy. But what it is it's very front focused. It's like almost like an attack. You need to be hungry for it. You need to be actively going for it. It needs to be an energetic and intentional practice that is done. And the one thing that beats all things is consistency at that level. What is really interesting to me is that so many people, when they come to us, they have an idea of what they want to do, they have an idea of what they need to do, but they feel like they've put a few posts out and they haven't really had a lot of traction, and therefore it's time to not worry about it, it's time to stop, or they need to shake up their entire strategy. Sometimes, of course, people do need to shake up their strategy, but more often than not, there just hasn't been enough time given for that seed to grow. Consistency is massive. If you start getting leads from your social media posts, then you know that you have done the work 6 or 12 months ago that has got you to that stage. It is extremely rare that somebody would come along, post a couple of things, and immediately gain that know, like, and trust from their audience where they would be able to make immediate sales. When we are creating strategy, we're creating strategy in every single area that we speak to people. So we're looking at the way Pinterest pins posts, we're looking at the copy that we use on websites, we're looking at how you are speaking to your email list, we're looking at, are you in all of the available arenas out there, showing who you are, talking about who you are you using all of the tools that are available to you to their utmost? And I know that this sounds scary sometimes to people, and I know that it sounds like a lot of work, but I promise you, again, it's just one job on top of one job on top of one job. Okay, so we just take each little bite at a time, and once you've nailed that bit, then we move on to the next bit, The consistency and the brand awareness throughout everything is paramount. So you need to make sure that you are giving yourself the opportunity to be recognized. If you're a bit wishy-washy with your message, or if you're not sure whether you like that color scheme or that color scheme, there are so many different ways in which we breach somebody's conscious mind and subconscious mind. Beyond that, we have to actually think about everything from the language you're using to the aesthetic that you have, whether you are actively portraying on a level of digital communication that most people aren't completely 100% comfortable with right now. It's not second nature yet. We have to look at all of these different areas. The biggest mistake people make is they hyper focus on one secret sauce. They think, if I go and get this thing, this will be the thing that unlocks everything. That's only true if you're already part of the way there. If you have a full digital marketing strategy and you know where you're going next, but you're plugging a gap over here before you move on to the next thing, then that will work for you. That's absolutely fabulous, and really that's the way you should do it. But if you're just focusing on this thing and you're not sure what you're going to focus on next after you've done this thing, then you're not giving yourself the opportunity to look at your visibility at a bird's eye view. You're not giving yourself the opportunity to look at your business from up top, because that's what really needs to occur. I hope you've enjoyed this mini bite, and I hope that this will encourage you to go and take a look at your full digital marketing strategy and maybe take a step back and just look at the bigger picture. What do you need to achieve for this to be available to you? What do you need to do? What gap do you need to bridge for you to have this how you need it? If you're loving our Pretty podcast, come on over to Social Pretties, our online safe house and sisterhood community. It's a safe space where female entrepreneurs connect and thrive in a warm, welcoming fold of pretty amazing women. You'll find an easy redirect in the description, and I can't wait to see you in there. And depending on where you're listening right now, we would love it if you would click subscribe or follow so that you can be the first to know when our new podcasts come out.